Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Good Morning Nanton Live. It is just after 10:30, so thanks for joining us here. We got a few comments that are going to come in right now. Kristen Hall is joining us this morning. Hello, good morning, she says. And then, oh, thank you. We have no Anderson birthdays here this morning, so we don't have to worry about that. And then our dad, good morning, Dave and Amanda, and the rest of Nanton, I'm sure. So thank you very much for joining us here this morning. And of course, we're going to open the show up with our house band, which is the Highway 533 band. So are you guys live there? Can you hear me okay?
You're live here.
Okay, and we can hear you fine. So you want to entertain everybody there? Because where are you right now? You're at the Nanton Street Festival.
You betcha.
Okay, so let's go live. Let's entertain everybody and entertain everybody on the show as well.
I hear songs on the radio. They might be fast or they might be slow, but every song they play has got me thinking about you. I see a fella walking down the street. He looks at me and he smiles real sweet, but he don't matter to me 'cause I'm thinking about you. Every little dream I dream about you. Every little thought I think about you. Drives me crazy when you go away. I ought to keep you locked up at home. Like the wild horse, I want to break you. I love you so much, I hate you. Every little thing reminds me of you. Honey, when you leave me here all alone. My tongue gets tired when I try to talk. My knees get weak when I start to walk. So might as well stay home and keep thinking about you. The young and restless on my TV set, it's just like us when we first met. And when they start to kiss, they got me thinking about you. Every little dream I dream about you. Every little thought I think about you. Drives me crazy when you go away. I ought to keep you locked up at home. Like the wild horse, I want to break you. I love you so much, I hate you. Every little thing reminds me of you. Honey, when you leave me here all alone. Crazy when you go away. I ought to keep you locked up at home. Like the wild horse, I want to break you. I love you so much, I hate you. Every little thing reminds me of you. Honey, when you leave me here all alone. Every little thing reminds me of you. Honey, when you leave me here all alone. Every little thing reminds me of you. Honey, when you leave me here all alone. Oh.
Excellent job. Thank you once again, you guys. We appreciate you being on here and entertaining. So you guys are at the Nanton Street Festival, and guess who else is at the Nanton Street Festival this morning? We've got my wife, of course.
Yeah.
So she's hanging out now. You've been out checking some stuff out there. What have you found out? What is
My
that?
priority, this is fluff and stuff. The cotton candy, like extravaganza. Look at all the flavors of cotton candy they have.
Fluff flavors.
Fluff.
That's
flavors.
amazing.
Yeah.
What are you going to get?
This Fluffle. Can you see Fluffle? And this is Amy,
Their mascot?
the owner. Yeah. Their
Hello,
mascot.
Amy, the owner.
Oh, thank you. Look, it's the size of my head. And that's a mini. For $1, you can get cotton candy the size of your head. In any flavor awesome. You want. It's amazing.
Now, okay, so Jason and Vanessa, are you guys going to get over there and get some cotton candy as soon as you're finished with your first? Happy birthday! You got to do happy birthday soon here. So
okay, you realize that I can't see a screen to see whose birthday is.
You know what? You don't have to worry about it. We don't have a lot of birthdays this morning. We've got one birthday we need to do. So You only need to remember one word and one name, and that's it.
Well, I think Vanessa can remember that.
I think she can do it. Yeah, I think she can do it.
I'll help.
Now, while Amanda is enjoying her cotton candy, and you guys are waiting excitedly to do happy birthdays, why don't I quickly go over and say thanks to our sponsors who help us out with the show here. So Nanton Napa Auto Parts. Lawn care is essential, but having an operating mower is too. That's why we are here to tell you that Nanton Napa stocks almost every lawnmower part. If there is a part we can't get in, we can order it. So just stop in and give us a call about your lawnmower. Okay, so didn't you, now correct me if I'm wrong, but Jason, didn't you say that you didn't know Napa carried lawnmower parts and that was something that was of interest to you?
Yeah, no, I didn't know they had lawnmower parts.
Yeah, so
I haven't needed to use my lawnmower because it's so dry, though.
We're kind of in the same situation, but okay, who have we got here this morning? So Jen Herman's here saying the cotton candy. There we go. Let's bring that back up on here. So the cotton candy looks yummy. Absolutely, it does. Can't wait to get down there and have some myself. And Maureen, good friend of mine, saying good morning, beautiful people. And yes, it is a beautiful morning there. Hey, it's actually pretty nice there today. So out in the street,
it's beautiful.
So anybody who wants to get down to the Nanton Street Festival, go check it out. Now we have another festival happening because, of course, we have Euro Radio, exclusively Nanton, is on site in Claresholm today. So we've got a crew out in Claresholm. They're raising some money for the station there as well. So I want to thank them for all that they do. And you guys have been pretty quiet here. You're not bickering this morning. Hold on. I'm just watching Amanda try to get that cotton candy in her mouth. So we don't really have a segment of bickering with the Brazos this morning. You guys seem to be getting along, and when we were setting up, you guys were loving each other, so that's great.
Sometimes we can work as a team.
Yeah, that's
After
awesome.
you left, it was the gloves were off.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we've got a couple other things we need to talk about before I let you guys go, but why don't we do our birthday first? So I'm putting it up on the screen right now. I know you guys can't see it, but Chad Clark. So Ronette and Chad just recently moved to Nanton, and Ronette owns a company, Norwex. Is it Norwex?
Norwex.
Amanda? Norwex. Norwex.
Oh, Norwex. Yeah.
Norwex. Okay, let's get it right here. So, Norwex is Ronette's company, and Chad's her husband. He just celebrated his birthday, so we're going to sing happy birthday to Chad this morning. And everybody out on the Market Street there is going to hear it. Okay? Are you guys ready to go? Let's do it for Chad. Happy birthday. Go ahead, guys.
That's your cue.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, Dylan, can you help me?
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chad. Happy birthday to you.
Bum. Okay, happy birthday, Chad. Thank you guys for coming out and entertaining everybody in the street there and helping us with the show. That's, of course, our house band, Highway 533 band, playing on the show every weekend. And we've got more comments coming in here. So we've got, Maureen said, what a cool event it is. And Lorraine, who's down there, said, of course, come to the Main Street Festival, explore downtown Nanton. It will be fun. And we've got some anonymous person who's giving us basically just, yeah, rock and roll. So that's good. And then Maureen says happy birthday to Chad as well. And I know that at the top of the show, somebody had said, and I'm assuming this is Peter because it's always Peter who ends up being an anonymous user. So Peter, I think, said, don't worry, no Anderson birthdays this week. And so that's a good thing. Now, Rhonda Anderson said good morning, and she happened to be at an event that was happening last night. So, Vanessa, are you familiar with an event that happened last night? And were you there? And what happened exactly?
I was, and we needed a lot more people to get up and sing.
Oh yeah, but we had some quality though. We might not have had a lot of people that got up and sang, but we had some quantity, including Kristen Hall, and we had Henny got up and sang, and we also actually I've got video of it. Do you want to see it? Oh, I guess you guys won't be able to see it, but you want to hear it? And everybody else who's watching, you guys can see it. Here we go.
Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no
Yeah, so we were having some fun at the Hive last night. We were doing some karaoke. Karaoke seemed to like just blow up in Nanton now. So we're doing karaoke rumors on Tuesday nights, and then we did the Hive last night, and we've got some requests to do karaoke in other places. So karaoke is blowing up. Now, one thing that was awesome about last night is that it was a whole fundraiser that Kristen was putting on, a ladies' night, and she had a bunch of vendors who were there, and it was a kind of a shopping indoor-outdoor experience. You could get your nails done. But at the same time, we also were raising money for the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association. So we want to thank Kristen for that opportunity. And what happened last night was really cool. What happened was people started to pay more money because who were they trying to get to sing?
Well, we wanted Jen Handley to sing.
We wanted the mayor to sing. That's right. We wanted the mayor to sing. So it ended up happening that we ended up raising a lot of money. In fact, we raised more than $500 last night for the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association. So thank you very much, everybody who participated in that and helped us out. And we have video of the actual mayor, Jennifer Handley, singing first with Kristen, and then I stepped in with her. Check this out. Oh, no. First with Kristen. I want to save mine till after. So let's do Kristen's first. She had some dance moves there. I don't know where those came from, but I got to take some lessons, I think. And then, of course, after that, then I stepped in and Jennifer and I did a song.
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh, love, why don't we?
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible, but good job. What a good sport the mayor is for getting up there and helping us out, raising some more money for the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association.
We should see if she's here. Maybe we can get her to sing with us too.
Yeah, if she's there, she's now, she's now on the radar. So everybody wants to see her sing. So I think we could probably raise some more money if she'll, if she's willing to get up there and sing and people pay for it. So, we should put a whole Jennifer Handley concert together. I know that we've got some comments coming in from that, but Kristen, she's kind of slapping her face here. So she's a little bit embarrassed. Dad, come on. That's not very nice. Look at it. Keep your day job, Kristen. Come on. Now, Lorraine, I understand. Oh, we've got the mayor who's watching with us right now. So, yeah, she said so bad. You're right, Jennifer. It was so bad. We were both bad. Everybody was bad, but we had a really, really good time. And that's all that really matters. So, Maureen says, I love it. So proud of y'all. And what does Rhonda say here? A great time was had by all. And then Kristen, I hope you play my serenade, David. Well, I don't know. We'll see about that. So anyway, we're going to let you guys go. I'm going to pop over to Amanda here. So I'll drop you guys back in just a little bit, and you guys can do another song for us in probably about 20 minutes here or so. So go get some cotton candy, okay?
All right,
Sounds good. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, what have we got here? Amanda, what's going on? Where are you at the street festival? Oh, that was from last night, right? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You got to unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
This was from last night from Tanya. So right now, I'm just watching. There's some sort of like strongman competition going on.
Okay. But I'm not there. I don't understand.
That they didn't invite you?
No.
That's weird.
What's going on? I mean, they know I'm a strong man. I'm got to be one of the strongest guys in town, right?
Something's off about that.
So they got a strongman competition going on down at the
and if people don't know, in Nanton, we have a world record holder, which is Leslie Gurr.
Leslie
just competed again last month, and she broke another world record. So
are you serious? Actually, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to have her on the show then.
She broke her own record.
She broke her own world record. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff that's so people are basically they're just carrying the weights back and forth. It's a like it's a race to carry all the weights. Is that what's going on?
I'm not really sure, but they're doing it.
They're doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, awesome. Well, keep finding some interesting stuff there. We'll pop it in and
I want
got something
next
else?
time. I want to do the spray.
so I wanted to do that last time, and I got there a little bit too late. They had already packed it up by the time I got there, so I'm going to try to get there before they pack everything up today. Because you got to take like a paint gun or like a water gun with paint in it and spray it all over that. And
do we have time for me to do it now, or do we have to do it? Can I do it later?
No, you can do it. Hold on a second. Hold on. You can get ready to do it now or later, whatever you want to do.
Because I've got my friend Dylan here. He's going to help. He's going to be my cameraman, and I'm going to do it.
Okay, then you guys get ready. But what I've got a comment that just came in, said Tanya Law is watching, said, I hope you like your nails, Amanda Bustard. Your next game. Apparently, I've got to get my nails done. So I'm not sure about that, Tanya, but yeah, we can talk. Okay, you want to give it a try there?
Yeah. Can I do it now, Dylan?
You said Dylan? So Dylan's the cameraman now?
Dylan's our cameraman.
Okay. Hey, Dylan.
Okay. So you have to point it that way, so you won't be able to see where you're pointing it. So which one do I do? Anyone?
Yeah, anyone. Is this a good angle?
That's it. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good angle. Just stay still. Try not to shake too much. There we go. Because we've got people watching. We don't want to make them dizzy, okay?
Ready?
Okay, now get a little closer. Get a little closer. Hold on. Wait. Get closer. Okay, now let's hold on and go. Let's do it. Okay, more. Look at what you guys can do if you head down to the market today. This is the street festival in Nanton that's happening this morning. So you can have some fun here like Amanda is.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I can't wait to go and try it myself. Nice. Okay, so obviously that's going to be worth $1 million, right? Yeah. Soon.
Yeah.
So great job.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Dylan.
Maureen just said that looks fun. Oh, I'm sure it would be fun. I can't wait to go down.
It's awesome. Myself, so. There's a lot of student art here too that's available by donation, so people should come down and check it out. It's from the Iron Horse Gallery.
Okay, so everybody now knows that you got to get down to the Nanton Street Market and the Street Festival. And Maureen says, I'd love to do that. I think that Maureen, because she lives out in the West Coast, so she could just probably set that up actually, maybe one of her festivals and do a fun thing like that with the people at the festival there. So here's an idea for you, Maureen. Okay, I'm going to let you go because we got some really cool stuff that we got to bring on here. And that includes Karl, who's over at the studio with me right now. So we're going to talk to Karl right now because there's been a huge undertaking that's been happening outside of Canada. And Karl's going to pop in here and we're going to kind of show you guys some videos. So Karl was having, just so you guys understand what's going on here. Karl popped in here earlier and he was having some technical issues. And I said, look, if you're going to have technical issues, just come right over to the studio. So I'm going to have Karl actually pop into my seat and give him the headphones and the microphone. And then we're going to go through some of the videos and he's going to kind of explain what's been going on because there's been a massive project with the Bomber Command Museum. And Karl's kind of headed this up. I believe he can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's headed this up. He traveled over to Sweden. And when he went over to Sweden, he actually, they were excavating basically some parts for the Halifax bomber that's over there. Now, I don't know. I'm not, an aviation guy. I'm more of an entertainment broadcaster. I've always told you guys I'm terrible at construction or renovations or anything like that. I'm also not very knowledgeable with what he's going to tell us and show us about, but we've got a bunch of videos. We've got some photos and he's got some really cool stories. So just give us a second here. We're going to switch seats and then we're going to show everybody what Karl's been up to with the Bomber Command Museum because this is big. And I believe he's getting some national press on this, and we're fortunate enough to have him come here in the studio and show everybody what's been going on. So let's pop in to let's actually switch seats here. So Karl, you want to pop over here? So I'll get you to sit down first. Okay, the headphones on there. There you go. Now you can introduce yourself, and then all of the videos are right here, and you can just tell everybody what's going on. So why don't you share? Do you want to do an intro to this first?
Well, yeah, thanks, David. And my name's Karl Kjarsgaard. I'm one of the directors of the Bomber Command Museum of Canada. And one of the smartest moves I ever made in my life was in 2005. I said, I'm moving to Nanton, Alberta to be with the Bomber Command Museum. And so I didn't know it was going to lead to all these worldwide adventures, but I've just come back from Sweden, and we have found a Canadian Halifax bomber underwater. We have got the salvage rights. We've got a beautiful team of 3 nations saving this Halifax to bring it back to Nanton. And so the reason we're doing this is that if you go to our National Memorial Wall in Nanton, the Bomber Command Memorial Wall, you will see all those 10,500 names. And those young airmen that sacrificed for us, the majority of those 10,500 young men were flying an aircraft called the Halifax. Yes, at the end of the war, we used the Lancaster. But during the dark days of 42, 43, and 44, the Canadians didn't use the Lancaster. They used the Halifax. So the majority of those young lads on that memorial wall were in the Halifax. So if you had a beautiful Lancaster in your nationally ranked museum, what the heck do you need sitting beside it? So we don't care where we've got to go in the world, what we have to do, but we're getting a Halifax for the Bomber Command Museum. So that's the reason why. So if we can show the first, David, here we are, our beautiful old tugboat, the River Thames. And she's from England, totally rebuilt. And she's our salvage ship. And she can sleep 10. She goes out and anchors over the Halifax, and we dive and save the Halifax. Not me. I'm not a spring chicken. So, but these young guys are diving and helping us save the history. And we've got special tools on this good old tugboat. And there's our giant water pump. And Ian Hinks in England, he paid for that pump. And he said, Karl, I want to help you guys save that Halifax. And he said, would you name that pump Jackie in honor of my mom, who's just recently passed away? So Jackie's the first major tool, and she ran great the whole expedition. And so we've got other tools also. There is Rick. That's our ROV called Rick.
Now, speaking of Rick, my dad, Rick, is online right now.
Oh, okay.
And he said, I saw that. It was awesome. He saw what you guys were doing.
Okay. So Dad Rick, if you're listening, you got to remember that Rick is saves lots of things. And Rick actually saved, we lost a piece of the wing. We dropped it back on the ocean floor. So we waved a piece of Halifax under Rick's nose, the little submarine. We said, okay, go get it, Rick. And Rick went out and searched around, and lo and behold, he found our wing section that we had lost, and we were able to recover it. It's a super valuable piece of wing that we need for our rebuild. And so there you go, Rick. He paid for his wages almost immediately.
So I got a few more comments here. So you just want to let everybody know we got comments here from Marine saying, amazing. Okay. And then we've got, you'll recognize this name.
Oh, yeah, Jen. Well, okay. So, Jen, you're in charge of all this. And you know what? When I first went over to Sweden and the Swedes started asking me about, well, what is the Bomber Command Museum? That's in Nanton. What is your museum like? How many people do you have working there? And I just turned to them and said, 2,300. And they're saying, how can you have so many people? And we said, the whole town is behind the Bomber Command Museum of Canada, and that's 2,300, give or take. But anyways, Jen, now you know.
So you want to read that for everybody? Jen says, we are so fortunate you chose Nanton to call home, Karl. Thanks for your passion in preserving history.
Well, thanks, Jen. And these guys, whatever I do that's crazy and wonderful, guys like Dan Fox and all the other guys, they are my inspiration, and they're the reason I'm trucking on and making sure everything we get a Halifax. So we're a great team, so we'll keep rolling.
Okay. And then my dad, Rick, says that's so cool. So, okay, let's continue on. Let's move on. We've got now Sue.
Yes. Okay. So remember Jackie, the great big pump, and she pumps like 50 gallons an hour of water down to the Sioux. And Sioux stands for sand underwater excavation. And the whole Halifax is covered in sand. So we've got this giant vacuum cleaner down on the bottom of the sea. And you can see there's Sioux has sucked up the sand. And what we're doing is we're uncovering all of these parts. And I'm telling you, folks, if you think this is a sea, you are mistaken. This is a freshwater lake. And the stuff we pulled out will pop your eyes out. 78 years underwater, and it looks like it came out of a freshwater lake with very little corrosion. So we'll show you a little bit later on in the video clips all the good stuff that we collected, but we need all these tools in our tool chest, and we've got Jackie, and we've got Sue, and we've got Rick.
And we're going to show a hippie later.
Yes, we got a device called Hippie. And so you've got Jackie, Sue, and the hippie on the River Thames. That could make for an adventure, you know. And we also have Rick come in once in a while because he's a nice guy and he's useful.
Okay, what's going on here?
Okay, so this is every day before we go out diving. Here's, you can see on the far side, Jan with the blue cap. He's the dive supervisor, and the skipper, Gustav of the tugboat, he's a diver. He's closest to us in the black and white shirt. And we're talking about how we're going to handle looking for all the treasures underneath. And these guys are all scuba divers, all from various walks of life. And some of these guys have driven 5 or 6 hours from Denmark and Sweden to be on this team. Great team. We call them the Three Nations team. And there's the team started down. And you see how we have to, it's so hard to get that sand out of the way that's where Jackie and Sue come in. And this is a piece of flap from the rear part of the wing. And we have 0 flaps to rebuild in Canada. So you see how it keeps going and going in the sand? We had to uncover that. So we're saving all the flaps, and that could save us thousands of hours. And every piece you look at, folks, just remember, it's covered with mussels, it's covered with seaweed, and it's covered with sand. So you don't know how good that metal is underneath, but we're going to show you. Now, here's the tail wheel oleo, the tire, the wheel, the fork, and the oleo, you know, the shock absorber. And we pulled that out of the water. All we could see was the tire. And then when we lifted it up, it was 6 feet long. And you could see all the muscles and all that stuff sticking to it. And then we brought it into port. And we thought we better clean it off as best we could. So we brought in the tail wheel oleo. Now here's Gustav. Now watch this. Watch the jet of water. And it's peeling off 78 years of mineral deposits. And you see the big chunks coming off? It's virgin steel underneath. It didn't eat the steel. It didn't eat the chrome. All it did was cover it with mussels and goop. So what we ended up with is a virgin tailwheel unit for a Halifax bomber. And we have to save everything and keep it from rusting. So what we did was we bought, there's another, after it's been cleaned off, look at that. That is usable to rebuild for a Halifax bomber. And you can see the mini bath in the back. Well, what we did was we bought a great big swimming pool and put it in the warehouse beside the dock, and bless the port of Trelleborg, they're giving us the warehouse free. And there you can see the chrome after 78 years of sitting in the Baltic Sea. It's still reasonable, restorable. And so these are things that we'll use in the future. And finally, David, do we have a shot of the putting it in the bath?
Yep, absolutely. So, you ready?
And there's the forklift bringing in the 6-foot treasure, the tail wheel. And folks, what you got to do is once you uncover it and got it pristine or cleaned off, you have to put it in fresh water until you're ready to restore it. And so here's moi and Jeff, the forklift driver of the port. And we put that in the pool, and it's being saved until I go back in 2 months' time to ship everything that we saved this summer to Canada.
Let's talk about this here.
Okay, yeah, that's a rear flap of a Halifax, and you can see where the airplane hit hard on the water, so it did come apart. But well, pre-disassembled is kind of a vicious word, but yes, it was pre-disassembled. But this area here, most of the flap is covered by sand, but we've marked this area. We got mostly uncovered, and then we ran out of time. A storm came in, and that was our last 2 days on the expedition. And here's the guys. Innovation is the necessity is the mother of invention. And here's the guys. We've developed air tools that run on compressed air. And when we see a valuable part that's maybe attached to a bent part, we will cut away and we will get all of the beautiful machined parts that are on the airframe. So the guys were working very hard that day, and they were cutting through alloys and steel. It was slow progress, but they were specialists and determined. And here's a big piece. This is 2 main spars from the wing of a Halifax. And you can't see it, folks, but each one of those joints, and there's 8 joints on that main spar, each one of those joints is in perfect condition. And so we lifted it up and brought it on deck back to the dock, and we saved all the joints from that main spar, and that was thanks to Rick finding it for us. And it doesn't look like much. You're going, holy small, look at that. But that's all mussels and mineral deposits. And what we did was we were able to get all the beautiful fittings off it. And I think we've got a shot here of saving the beautiful fittings. You see the big bolt in the center of that piece? That joint can go into a Halifax wing. And Gustav is pressure washing it. And you see it's not super rusty. It's a little rough, but that's worth $10,000 each one of those fittings.
Now, one thing we haven't talked about is that tool that he's using. That's the other tool.
Oh, yeah.
Hippie.
That's Hippie. And Hippie goes with Jackie and Sue everywhere. And you should always have a hippie in every crowd because, and Jen, you know about that. There's guys out there that are hippies. So it's okay, Jen. It's good. You can have those. So we have them in Sweden too on the tugboat. And so Hippie is a high pressure washer. And that's the one that gave us the gold, is the pressure washing, so that we can see the beautiful fittings underneath.
Okay. Now, people don't hear me really well on the microphone. They hear you better. So let them know what question I'm asking you, because I want to know, why did you go all the way to Sweden to get this?
Well,
so let them know what question I asked you.
Yeah, I touched on it at the start of our broadcast, but the thing is, folks, these young men, 21, 22, they went out and they kicked tyranny until it was no more. But over 10,000 Canadians and 40,000 other guys died in bombers. So if you had to have, Canada's got 3 national symbols. One of them is the maple leaf. The second one, if you're a hockey fan, is the hockey stick, because we don't take second place to anybody in hockey. And the third one, if you really wanted to talk about a symbol of a sword of freedom, wielded by Canadians in combat, if you really could only have one airplane in all our aviation history that is symbolic of that sacrifice, it is the Halifax, because more than half of all the Canadians killed in bomber combat were killed in Halifax. So we're going to put one together. We're going to set it up here in Nanton, and I wish the premier the premier would listen and maybe give us the $4 million that we need for our expansion, so that I would have a home for a Halifax. But that's why we're doing it, is in memory of those young guys, and we hope you'll help us. You see, we are worthy of your support, and David, that's why we're doing it.
But why did you go all the way to Sweden though to get it?
Well, everybody knows me as the Halifax nutcase around here. And the diving team in Sweden said, wait a minute, we discovered this airplane. We think it's that Halifax that crashed here in 43. Who could we call on the internet that might know about Halifaxes? And of course, I've got this dark reputation. Well, maybe, I don't know how bright it is, but I've got this reputation for Halifax nut, because I know how many guys, Canadians, died in the Halifax. And so they said, well, would you like to come over? And so I went over. We confirmed it was the Halifax of the Royal Canadian Air Force. Then I had to negotiate high level to get the salvage rights. And now we've got a beautiful team saving it. And so that's what we wanted to do. And that's what we're doing. So we're pretty well set.
Okay, I've got one more question here before we make a big announcement. Okay, so I don't know if everybody can hear me in the microphone really well, but I'll try to speak loud. So Karl told me a really cool story. I asked him basically, how difficult was it? Like, how were you able to manage going overseas and deal with foreign relations to be able to get this Halifax with no issues? Why is Canada being allowed to go to their waters and start to excavate their property out of their waters? There was a cool story you told me about that, a little connection that happened.
Okay, so are you talking about the fact that Denmark...
Talking about the letter that was written by Kenny that allowed you to...
Yes, okay, so...
create that relationship.
Okay, folks, I'm not electioneering here. And so, but Laurie Hahn, God bless him, in Edmonton, he's a Air Force vet. And I said, Laurie, I found this Halifax. And
the screen there.
Yep. Okay. And I found this Halifax, and I would like to recover it, but I need a salvage permit. And the Swedes, they don't give salvage permits to anything that's underwater. You can only look, but you can't touch. So Laurie went to the cabinet. He knew folks there. It helps to know a guy, you know. And so when Premier Kenny was a minister of national defense, Laurie recommended that we go ahead and send something to the Minister of National Defense of Sweden. And the letters went back and forth. And finally, the Swedish divers, they came to me and said, Karl, what did you do? He said, we've got the salvage rights to the Halifax off the coast of Sweden. And I said, well, I know a guy. So, but bless him, you know, Mr. Kenny and Laurie Hahn, they were instrumental. So that's part of the history of why we're going to have a Halifax.
Okay. And do you want to make a big announcement here with a really cool shot, which is a drone shot of your boat?
Okay, so we've had a big conference yesterday between the chief diver and the skipper of the tugboat and myself. And because of the success, because of the innovation of new tools, and because everything went so well, but we just ran out of time, this is the first public announcement that we're going back next summer. And we're going to recover everything else we can find in that sand. So, folks, we hope you'll believe that we're worthy, and we will continue to recover Halifax pieces in honor of our veterans. And you can contact the museum and tell them it's for the Halifax project. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And David, can I mention about the CTV broadcast tonight?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so CTV National News tonight on the Lisa Laflamme show. We believe if we don't get preempted by an earthquake or some political news or something happening, there will be the closing piece on the CTV National News tonight will be the Halifax, Sweden project. So people are paying attention to us. People are supporting us. And so we're having a great time. And just remember this, some swords of freedom are made out of aluminum. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I want you to stay here because I want you to see some of these comments that have come in, and I want you to read them to people. So Maureen, pretty simple. She just is absolutely flabbergasted with this. She said, wow. And Rick, my dad, what did he say? Let's read it to everybody.
Well, thanks, Rick. Appreciate those good words. And Rick says, I love aviation museums, and the one in Nanton, in my opinion, is one of the best I have seen in Canada. I hope to come again to see it again soon.
And then he followed that up with, I am amazing, aren't I?
Okay.
because of the Rick.
Okay, Rick.
Tool.
Rick, Dad.
Yeah.
I'll pay you the $5 later. Okay. So, but appreciate those good words, and let's keep rolling. Maureen Scoville, I'm moved by your dedication. Well, these guys are my heroes. And when you have Canadian warriors that were as good as the Canadian bomber crews were, we have to support that and underline that to Canada and the world, because they don't teach history in schools anymore, folks. Our kids don't know how good the Canadians were in World War II.
We got Rhonda. What does she say?
Thanks, Rhonda. And she says, this is so amazing. I've watched the museum grow over the past 40 years and can't wait to see what happens in the next 40. It's such a touching tribute to Canadian history. Yep, that's right, Rhonda. And we're going to continue to carry the torch.
Perfect. And let's see. Oh, my dad, Rick, wants to know if he can come to Sweden with you. Says Rick will be needed.
Okay, Rick, you can come to Sweden, but you're going to have to buy my crew when they're on hours off. You're going to have to buy us 2 boards. Okay.
Okay. And then Maureen, this is the final comment here. What does she say?
Maureen, yep. I am too. You're saying I am a very proud Canadian who loves history. And you know what, folks? The only thing new in this world is the history you don't know. So we're all students of history.
And then she said,
yeah. And Maureen says we wouldn't be here where we are today without these heroes. Thank you, Karl.
And my dad says, done.
Okay.
He agrees.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. You want to switch seats?
Okay.
Thanks to everybody.
Okay, back to the Nerve Center, David Gale and company. Thanks, folks.
Good job. Thank you so much, Karl. Yep. You can stick around if you want. Sure. Hang out for the rest of it, or
in case there's any kind of a follow-up.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay. That's awesome. Wow. I was so excited to have the information come on here today. This is, I was absolutely amazed, just blown away when we got to take my dad, when he surprised us here a little while ago, to the museum, to the Bomber Command Museum. And Jennifer Hanley's popped on here saying, how awesome is Karl? So he gave you a thumbs up there, Jennifer. So, and then Maureen, how do we donate? Maureen wants to know how they donate. So
to Bomber Command Museum.
To Bomber Command Museum.
Halifax. You have to specify Halifax.
So is that on the website or?
Well, yeah, you contact the museum.
Contact the museum.
I want to make a donation to the Halifax project.
Okay. So Karl is here confirming everything. So you call the museum and then you just specify that you want to make a donation to the Halifax project. Okay. Got that right? Okay. Perfect. Okay. So with that being said, we got about 15 minutes left in the show. We're going to pop back over to the market here, Nanton Street Festival. And we've got Amanda, our fashion model. So, Amanda, do you want to give everybody a little background on how you became the fashion model? I mean, I don't think I need to give any background on how I became the host, producer, and all-around nice guy. But maybe you want to let everybody know, just unmute yourself there so that we can tell everybody the story about how you all of a sudden are a fashion model in Nanton.
Yeah, well, I got a call, or I guess you got a call yesterday from Kristen at the Hive, and they were in need of a model for the fashion show at Ladies' Night last night at the Hive. And so, of course, because I can't say no to anything, I said, sure. So,
Can't say no to anything. Yeah, I second that. I confirm she can't say no to anything. So good job. Okay, what have you found there that's interesting?
well, I mean, there's a lot.
I mean,
of
other
great
than
things.
everything.
We've got, we've got lots of cool stuff. If you need jerseys,
Oh, that looks like Maury's store.
there's Maury's here.
There's Maury.
He's got some fun
Hello, Maury.
stuff. Pizza. Oh,
That's Monopoly.
yeah. And then we've got this
Okay.
beautiful store. I'm not sure where these guys are from, but they have got some bling going on here. So
Okay.
if you like some of that stuff, these beautiful handbags and jewelry.
I should blow you up here so people can see it better.
Okay. Yeah.
There we
have
go.
Have a look at this stuff. And crafted horseshoes. Yeah, I saw that one over there. It's
Crafted
beautiful.
horseshoes.
Yeah, like look at this. This
Very
is so
cool. Very cool stuff. Wow.
Can you see
Okay.
that? Oh,
Yeah, we can see that.
And we've got Ronette is here. Her husband's
Ronette's there.
birthday.
Yeah.
We said hello to.
Did you let her know that we sang her husband his birthday song this morning? Happy birthday to him.
Did you hear that? We sang "Happy Birthday" to Chad this morning on Good Morning Net. She did hear
Did
that.
you hear that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And
So Dad
we've
is
got
just
some-
referencing. Hold on. Dad is referencing Maury's store there. So Jersey City or Jerseyland. I didn't see the Bengals jersey, he said, because of course he's from Cincinnati. So he cheers for the Bengals. I'm not sure why he cheers for the Bengals and he doesn't cheer for the Browns. I'll have to ask him that because I mean he's got two major league NFL football teams that play in that state of his. So I'll have to find out why he chose the Bengals instead of the Browns. But anyway, what else do we have there?
So we've got some musicians that are just going to get ready. They're going to play some music
Okay.
throughout the day. We got more heavy lifting going on here.
Wow.
This has been fascinating to watch.
Now, is Leslie there?
Yeah, she's right there.
She is there. I thought I saw her.
Yeah.
Okay, that is her. Okay. Well, you want to say hi to her for us?
I feel like she's busy right now.
You don't think you can interrupt her?
Hi, Leslie. We're on Good Morning Nanton right now. Are you? Yeah. You guys are
Hi,
doing
Leslie.
some cool things here.
Leslie,
Yeah.
I heard. Leslie, did you break another record or something
Dave
like that?
says,
Break
did
your
you
own
break
record?
another record? Your own record? I broke squat, bench, and a deadlift. Did you hear that, Dave?
Squat and bench and what?
And a pull lift?
Pull lift.
Yeah, record.
So she broke those records. Wow.
Yeah, just slam them. It's fine. Not a big deal.
That's awesome. Okay.
And our good friend at Unleash Your Sparkle is here. And Ambience, who is next to us last Street Festival, is here again.
Yep.
So there's lots to look at. Definitely
Okay.
people should come by and check it out.
Well, we know that, people have been holding off. They're excited to get down there, but they've kind of been holding off to watch our show, and that's why they haven't gone down yet. So everybody, we got about 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. We're going to have our Highway 533 band come back in, and they're going to play for us right away here to kind of finish off the show. I got some thank yous for some of the sponsors who help us out with the show. And then once we're finished here and we sign off, you guys get down there to the street market.
Yes.
And have some fun with everybody down there. And
The weather is perfect right now, so come on.
the weather
come on
is
down.
good today for that.
Yeah.
So, okay. And before we do anything else, hold on a second. We got some comments, I think. Dad says down with the Browns. So I don't know what his deal is with that, but I might become a Browns fan just so I can have a rivalry with my dad. Maureen says, wish I could check it out with you. Well, just, get on a plane, fly over here, and we're going to have another one in a month, right? So
Come
Rick,
in September.
I'll be there in about 4 days. Yeah, right. Come on. Stop teasing us, Dad. Stop teasing us. Okay, let's get over here and make sure we say thanks to other sponsors who support our show, including Jennifer Hanley and Simon Hunt. Remax First. Nanton continues to break real estate records with 53 properties being sold already this year, and property home values increasing since February by 19%. The average days to sell a home in Nanton are 29 days on average at this time of year. Nanton has 26 properties that have sold, and the average amount of time to sell took over 90
Just fix that
days.
for you, Mary.
And I'm going to finish this when I mute Amanda there. There we go. Thanks, Amanda. So we are starting to see more properties for sale with 25 active listings on the market, where the last 5 months there was a very limited inventory with only about 13 active properties on the market at any given time. It is still very much a seller's market, and there are still quite a few buyers waiting for new listings to emerge in Nanton at all price points. If you're curious what your home's current market value is and what selling and buying in this market looks like, connect with Simon and Jen for a free zero obligation home evaluation. Jen and Simon are your local Remax agents. So thank you to you guys for helping us and supporting us here on the show. And then, of course, we got Subway, 2 foot long for $15.99, only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and dozen cookies, just $5.99. Subway, eat healthy and stay healthy. So we want to thank them as well. And then we want to see how our artists are doing here. So our band, Highway 533 band, are you guys still kicking it? Did you get your cotton candy?
No, we didn't get the cotton candy. No, we're
Okay.
just hanging out.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys hanging out there. And I know we kind of skipped over your mid-show song. I do apologize for that. But, I mean, Karl had some great information. Did you guys get to see or hear any of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay,
we listened
cool.
to the whole thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was so cool to have that on the show here. And I really appreciate it because, I mean, he's getting some national attention for it. And for him to be here and be able to, spread the word here on our little community show, I feel very blessed that we have people like that in our community to be able to come on and do that kind of stuff. So,
Oh, for sure. That was pretty cool. When I get home, I think I want to rewatch the show just so I could see it in its entirety.
I know I was the same way, actually. I was listening to him and I was sitting right beside him, like listening to everything he was saying. And I'm like, I want to go back and rewatch this because I want to see this again. This is pretty cool stuff.
And it's going international. Your show.
For sure.
Denmark.
Oh, Karl just informed me that our show is going international as well. Our show is being viewed in Denmark and Sweden too. So that's
Awesome.
great. And I know that it's on the Bomber Command curated public page. So I know it's being shown on there on Facebook and all the other Facebook pages that we have it on. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. My dad, we haven't even finished the show yet, and he's already saying, great show, guys. Thank you very much, Dad. We appreciate it. It's always good to have a dad who supports you like this, right? So anyway, why don't we let you guys finish the show off here? Last thing I need to do, though, is do a final thank you to Nanton Napa Auto Parts. Tools are expensive, we know, but we also need those tools to do our job. That's why August is the perfect month to grab some extra tools. Up to 40% off selected tools can be found in our flyer, plus additional savings in store. Flyer sale ends August 31st. So again, thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to Karl for being here and coming into the studio. We just make things work. If the technology doesn't work perfect, but we got you guys hooked up and you guys are working well. We can hear you. So why don't you guys take us out for another great show?
Yep.
And look at that. Our model Amanda is in the background. She's going to dance.
She's gonna sing with
again. Okay, I'm going to let you guys take us out. Thank you very much for being here again, you guys. I really appreciate you guys as well, and everybody who tunes in and watches every week. So we'll see you guys next week again for another edition of Good Morning Nanton Live.
Sounds good.
Don't tell me the reason that you're calling is to see if I'm alright since you've been gone. 'Cause I know you and I know why we're talking. Wanting me to say I'm barely hanging on. But maybe that too. But now I've got better things to do. I could cross my car in the rain, change my new guitar strings, mow the yard just the same as I did yesterday. I don't need to waste my time crying over you. I've got better things to do. Maybe when I don't have so much going, or quite so many irons in the fire, I'll take the time to miss you like you're hoping. But now I can't put forth the effort it requires. Well, I'd love to talk to you, but then I'd miss darling you. That's right, I've got better things to do. I could wash my car in the rain, change my new guitar strings, mow the yard just the same as I did yesterday. I don't need to waste my time crying over you. I've got better things to do. Check the air in my tires, straighten my stereo wires, count the stars in the sky, but just get on with my life. I don't need to waste my time crying over you. I've got better things to do. I've got better things to do. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.